Have you ever wondered how our world map came to be so diverse and rich with different nations? How did the concept of nationalism shape the 19th century? In this era, a wave of nationalism swept across continents, fueled by a yearning for self-determination, cultural identity, and political independence. This powerful sentiment played a pivotal role in the formation of modern nation-states. To understand the present, we must delve into the past. So let's embark on this journey through the 19th century to explore the roots of nationalism. Picture this: Greece, 1821, a nation striving to break free from Ottoman rule. The Greek War of Independence was in full swing, a monumental struggle fueled by the desire for self-rule. European powerhouses, Britain, France, and Russia, lent their support to the cause. 8 years of conflict led to the decisive Treaty of Adrianople in 1829, a beacon of hope that recognized Greek autonomy, and thus, the Greek nation was born, setting a precedent for other nationalist movements. As Greece was fighting for its independence, another movement was brewing in Italy. In the mid-19th century, Italy was a patchwork of states under foreign control, with the north primarily under Austrian dominance. This was a time of risorgimento, or resurgence. 3 key figures led the charge for a unified Italy: Giuseppe Mazzini, the visionary; Giuseppe Garibaldi, the warrior; and Count Camillo Cavour, the diplomat. Their combined efforts, along with a series of strategic alliances and wars, led to the unification process that spanned from 1859 to 1871, culminating in the creation of the Kingdom of Italy. Meanwhile, in the north, another unification was taking place. Otto von Bismarck, the iron-willed Prime Minister of Prussia, was orchestrating the unification of German states. This involved strategic wars against Denmark, Austria, and France, culminating in the Franco-Prussian War and the proclamation of the German Empire. 2 new nations, each with its unique cultural identity, emerged on the European map. While some nations were successful in their quest for independence, others faced significant challenges. In Poland, for instance, the 19th century was marked by several uprisings against the partition by Russia, Prussia, and Austria. The November and January uprisings stand out, and while they did not immediately yield independence, they kept the flame of Polish nationalism burning bright. Across the sea in Ireland, the Home Rule movement sought autonomy from British rule. Led by figures like Charles Stewart Parnell, this movement faced considerable opposition, and while it did not achieve full independence within the 19th century, it set the stage for the eventual establishment of the Irish Free State in the 20th century. Meanwhile, Latin America was a hotbed of revolutionary activity. Inspired by the American and French revolutions, countries across the region, led by figures such as Simón Bolívar and José de San Martin, fought for and won their independence from Spanish and Portuguese colonial rule. The peaceful dissolution of the union between Norway and Sweden in 1905 marked another significant milestone, leading to the recognition of Norway as an independent kingdom. And in India, the formation of the Indian National Congress in 1885 laid the foundation for a long struggle against British colonial rule, a struggle that would bear fruit in the form of independence in 1947. These movements, successful or not, profoundly impacted the world, keeping the spirit of nationalism alive. The tremors of these nationalist movements were felt far and wide. The 19th century, a canvas of revolution and determination, saw the rise and impact of various nationalist movements that forever altered the political topography of the world. From the Greek War of Independence that shattered centuries of Ottoman rule to the unification of Italy and Germany, each was a powerfully driven story of a people's desire for self-determination and cultural identity. The Polish uprisings, though not immediately successful, kept the flame of Polish nationalism alive, paving the way for an independent Poland. The Irish Home Rule movement, while not fully realized in the 19th century, set the stage for Ireland's eventual independence. Across the Atlantic, the Latin American independence movements liberated numerous nations from colonial rule. Meanwhile, Norway peacefully dissolved its union with Sweden, emerging as an independent kingdom. And in the East, the seeds of Indian nationalism were sown, leading to the eventual independence of India. These movements, fueled by a fervent sense of nationalism, were not just about drawing new borders on a map. They were about the birth of new identities, the preservation of cultures, and the assertion of political autonomy. They gave rise to new nation-states, shaping the world in ways that still resonate today. And so, the 19th century, a time of revolution and change, shaped the world as we know it today. The spirit of nationalism born then continues to influence our world.